Welcome to another segment with us. I'm Joel.
I'm Deswinne.
And today we have little horses behind us. Why do we have horses behind us?
Because we're going to be diving into the first plot in Turf City.
So I would say Turf City, the memory I have of it generally would be going there to eat seafood and to buy cars.
I don't have much memory of it. Yeah.
Don't bluff. Your mother said you went there to buy your first car.
I don't know where I was going. I was scared there. So today we'll be diving into the first plot of Turf City, which is Dunearn House.
Right, so starting off, we will have, of course, our QR codes over here. This will be our Instagram accounts. If you'd like to, just give us a follow over here as well. So this is something which I'll touch on a lot. I actually like to do a lot of maps, so I think it's actually very easy representational information, right? So you can see actually there was a big change between 2019 to 2025. And right now you can see before that was this big piece of orange color subject to detailed planning. But suddenly in 2025, it changed to this whole new plan. Right, so gone are your car dealers, your Haumat, your Ayat Seafood or Tong Lok and all these things. They were all there before that, right? And even before that, it was actually a racing place. Maybe you remember Riders Cafe.
Yes, I used to go Riders Cafe when I was younger.
See, you did go to Turf City. Okay?
Iconic.
So this one over here, I would say there's a lot of residential land. However, they are also conserving parts of it as well. Also, so things like the grandstand and stuff and all that, those will all still be conserved.
Yeah.
Right, but it's a big change because it's a whole brand new town that's coming up over here in Bukit Timah. All right. So this is an enlarged view of it. Okay, you can see that we are on the bottom part. Okay, over here. So this will also be where Dunearn House will be located. And for 6th Avenue MRT will also be nearby as well also.
It's like a 4 minutes walk only.
Yeah, actually.
I'm not very tall, so I walk to the ground. I think it's like maybe 4 closer to 5 for me. So it's somewhere a little bit taller than...
So this is our location. I've circled it and the MRT as well also. This particular one as well also, I would say it will be quite a good proximity. Maybe only about 4 minutes walk.
To 6th Avenue MRT. And of course, in the future, there's the upcoming Turf City MRT as well.
Oh yeah, that was on the Cross Island line.
That's on the Cross Island line. So that will be about a 7 minutes walk to the MRT. So you get 2 MRT belts as well.
So Cross Island line is actually here.
Yes, correct.
All right. So I think that's something which is interesting. We actually have 2 MRT lines. Next, we have this one. So in total, a brief summary, okay, will be 176 hectares in central Singapore. There will be up to 20,000 new homes that will be coming up. We have 2 MRTs. This will be a 6th Avenue MRT and the Turf City MRT. We have the Bukit Timah Rochor Green Corridor. So you guys that have actually been going for cycling, you can actually go through the railway corridor and all that as well. 35% greenery. I like this.
Because I think also Dunearn House, stay tuned for later on as well, they also kind of emphasize a lot of greeneries because there's a lot of nature. I think they try to bring Bukit Timah to Turf City as well and try to conserve that feel. And even in the development, I think you can really feel that coming through all the way.
So that's actually the hallmark of a good landscaper, right? Because they're able to bring the outdoors inside as well. So it actually feels very seamless.
Correct.
Right? So that one, I think later we'll cover that as well also.
And I think what's nice is that they also conserve certain parts, like what you mentioned, the grandstand and stuff like that, which I think a lot of younger crowd especially, they like this old meets new kind of concept.
Gentrification.
Yeah. That's too cheap for me.
Yeah, so it's a blend of old and new.
Sure.
Right? So last off, we'll also have to be a 10-minute city. So if you buy Dunearn House, for example, the entire new township will be coming to you. But then again, it is not exactly an ulu location.
Yeah.
Right? Because you already have the entire Bukit Timah Road in front of you.
Correct.
There's Coronation, there's the former Sime Darby Centre. One stop down, you got Beauty World and all that kind of things as well.
And nearby, actually, you've already got like amenities like your Guthrie House, MRT is there. So I think what's really interesting, because normally with new transformation as well, it's you move in when there is nothing, especially when you're the first mover.
Yeah, that's true.
Correct. But here you already have got amenities there, but in the future you just get much more right across. So I think that's where it's really interesting. Plus, I think Bukit Timah has always been known to, I think right at 6th Avenue itself especially, has always been known to have used facilities from the sites. Like your King Albert Park right down there, then your Coronation and stuff like that. But now you really get the full amenities right at Turf City, which is right at your doorstep. Yeah. So it's the true new township, in my opinion.
I think I like that. Because I remember there was a NTUC Finest, right? There's like maybe 5 to 7 minutes down the road.
I think it's around there.
Then Guthrie House had a cold storage.
Yes.
Yeah, so you guys already have 2 major supermarkets within walking distance. That's not even mentioning anything that's coming up within the Turf City itself.
Yeah.
Right? So, next off. So again, up to 20,000 new homes. This will be over the next 2 to 3 decades. So for this one, they will be well served by public transport, car-like, pedestrian friendly.
Yeah.
Right? And there will also be a walking and cycling connection.
What I see here, I think that's interesting, is that I noticed that the houses, all the orange color plots, right, are probably going to be a hybrid of HDBs and private. It's not just going to be a full private zone, which is normally what we're quite used to in Bukit Timah as well. What do you think about that?
I would think that it is nice to actually have some HDB, all right? Because I would say so far, it's always been on the fringes.
Yeah.
Maybe at Toi,
Yes.
right? Or maybe all the way down to even say Bukit Panjang, right? Because I think since 1997 or 1999, there's been no new or no HDBs in Hillview, and that's like Upper Bukit Timah a little bit, right? So it's always condos all the way down the stretch. So to have a little bit of HDBs, I would think that, hey, you know, it can bring a little bit more heartland stuff.
Yes.
Right? So sometimes you want a little bit of mama shop here and there, they may have that.
Yeah, and I think the plus point is also in the future, because of, I think now newer HDBs are quite similar with our newer condo launches as well, right? I think in terms of affordability, I don't think HDBs in Bukit Timah are going to be cheap at all, to be really honest with you.
Well, you already said it, it's Bukit Timah.
It's Bukit Timah, like, people aspire to stay there.
Yeah, but HDB in Bukit Timah is not bad.
Yeah, because once they, maybe after 10 years, I believe this will be prime or plus, to be honest with you, because it's such a gorgeous location. And after 10 years, maybe they want to upgrade a little bit to condos, and this will be that first mover option. I believe the prices next time, I really don't know how it's going to go.
No, I think this one definitely oversubscribed.
Yeah, I believe so also.
Diving a little bit into the location. So if you've been tuning into the news, there's also been one plot of land that's been sold directly next to Dunearn House as well. Also, that is GLS number 2. Okay, so this one over here, you can see also on the right side of the screen, we also have the 6th Avenue MRT. Okay, so that's also within a short 4 minutes walk to us as well also. Okay, and the good thing is for Dunearn House, you will maintain the Dunearn Road address.
I think that's quite important.
Yeah, it's like signature Bukit Timah, right?
Yeah.
Maybe this one you share with us a little bit. I think this one you collated the numbers on this one.
Yeah, so I think what was interesting was actually how highly contested this particular plot was. So in fact, being the first, sometimes I think it's a half and half. You don't know how much you're going to beat that land for as a developer, and how much is it really going to sell in the future as well. Right? Of course, I'm sure they have done their numbers, and in fact, 9 bidders is not a small amount. I think like normally, right, 5, 6 is considered good in my opinion already.
Yeah.
9 is quite oversubscribed. And what's crazier is also all the big boys, in fact, are actually looking at this kind of developments like your Frasers, which is how they got the land bid, and then CDL. Okay, Simlian, UOL, all your big boys are coming into play as well.
Yeah. I see them even UOL, Hong Leong, then there's like Sustain Land, even all these Weehers also coming back in the game. Right, so I would say actually not bad because 9 bidders is very, very healthy. It shows very, very strong demand for this particular location.
Correct. And I think one thing to notice is that, in fact, for the first bidder, which is Fraser, Sequisi, and CSC Land, from the first bid to the second bid, it's only a 3.7% difference.
That's like major minor, right?
Very, very minor. In my opinion, I would say then they got a good deal out of it. Yeah. So it means that in this entire location, this is the right price tag. They didn't overpay for this particular plot, in my opinion.
But then again, you know, who's to say who overpaid and who didn't overpay?
I don't know.
Right.
You'll find out.
So the next one, we know who, right? So they also collected these numbers as well also. So this one again, who bidded for the other one?
So this one was actually Wing Tai. So they bidded the land, like the plot, GRS plot number 2 that Joel mentioned just now. They bidded at 1,625 per square foot PPR, which is a 215%, which is a $215 PSF PPR difference, which if you times it out, okay, today if you were to buy 1,000 square foot, okay, I don't even count the construction costs and stuff like that, just based on land costing itself, you would already be sitting on that $215,000 difference. And plus, if I count construction, how much more is it going to be in terms of that bare minimum cost as well?
Well, to me, I would say that number 1, 6 bidders again for this particular piece of land. Again, very strong. Number 2, it is higher than Dunearn House. So definitely costing is higher in that sense. So naturally, if I were you, I would also be looking at Dunearn House first. right? I think that would be the logical choice.
Yeah. I think also one thing to take note of is the second plot is also a mixed development. Which is a bonus for Dunearn House buyers because technically sometimes, I think most of the time in fact, maintenance fees in mixed developments tend to be a little bit higher because you pay for your Red Sea commons plus your common commons all across. But today at Dunearn House, being right next to it, you get to enjoy the amenities without paying that little bit of extra. Yeah, so I thought that was quite nice.
I like that. But to me, I still like the Dunearn Road address now.
Yeah, it's true lah.
Yeah.
Correct. Had to be only 2 plots leh.
But then you're literally called Dunearn House on Dunearn Road. Wow.
We better give it a good name too.
We'll find out next year. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about the land over here. So you can see that they crafted a cul-de-sac over here. This will be for the land. All right, so it comes in over here. This is our main ingress, egress. We're going to have a side gate at the back of the property. Okay, so this one will allow you to go up towards back to Turf City.
Yep.
All right, and you also have one at the front, okay, that allows you to come right out and then walk straight down towards the 6th Avenue MRT as well also.
Yeah.
Right? So I think very easy explanation for this particular one, and it's a very regular shaped land. Right, so very squarish, right, maybe just a little bit more on the outside. So that's also where our houses are also going to be as well also.
Yeah.
Right? Now, this one is where it is a little bit different in terms of this land because they actually split into 2 zones. We have the high-rise zone, or rather they call it a medium-rise zone. But I would say actually in Bukit Timah is considered high-rise.
High-rise, Bukit Timah all until level 5, level 6 normally.
Yeah, because this one is going to be up to 19 stories over here. Right? And the low-rise zone is going to be 10 stories.
Yeah.
So actually even 10 stories considered quite high in Bukit Timah already.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was told that actually in the last 33 years in the Swiss Club Enclave, there's been no high-rise.
Yeah.
So this is actually the first of its kind in the last 33 years as well also.
Yeah.
Right?
So which is rare, which also means you get quite a gorgeous unblocked view. I mean, honestly, even whether you're facing towards Dunearn Road or whether you're facing to the Turf City side, I think both views would be quite nice once you clear it as well.
True. That's very true. Now, this is the one where it gets a little bit more interesting because now we also got some of the technical conditions for the land next door. So it shows that it is going to be 5 stories at the green color portion and 10 stories at the white color portion over there.
Yeah.
So the 10 stories is going to be right next to us as well also, but will be separated by the cul-de-sac. All right. But then again, I would say that right now, cost for our land in terms of Dunearn House, it will be 380 units. All right. For them, will be 330 units for what I understand that to have. I would say that basically, if you know you have a lower land cost, bigger number of units, I think the costing is able to be diffused quite well across all the other units as well. So I think good prices should be on the horizon for Dunearn House.
Absolutely.
Right. So, and of course, this one, I know you like this part a lot.
My personal favorite. Because in Core Central region, I think it's quite important. I don't know about you, but for me, I think it's quite important to be surrounded by a lot of GCBAs. Purely not because I stay there, okay, but it's purely because of the low density living. Because for GCBs, right, in fact, it has to be 1,400 square meters of land, and you can only build 40% of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 60% will definitely have to go to landscaping
and stuff like that. Yeah.
So that adds on to the 35% greenery already inside Turf City.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And I would say that this is probably one of the largest clusters of GCB or good class bungalow areas around Singapore as well. So
yeah, you can see like your Binja, your Swiss Club, or your aspirational GCBs area as well.
yeah, so anything that's pink is actually a good class bungalow area. Anything that's green, that's a park, that's zone a park.
Yeah.
Anything that's white is likely to be a residential plot over here as well, also, or protected or reserved. So you can tell there's actually very limited number of condos as well, also in Bukit Timah, right? So I would say this one over here, big selling point to me, right? Next. So this is one where we have the master plan implanted in. So this is going to be a new fresh injection of residential condos or HDBs coming into this area as well also.
Yeah.
So just now, as we mentioned also, there are some mixed developments. So they could be dictated by the ones in white color in the center over here, or you can also have the pink color ones, right?
Yeah.
So you have a couple of them over here and there. All right?
Yeah.
So this one, now we zoom in a bit on this. So this one, we use one map to go and check. 3 meters in terms of measurement. This one is basically, that's why I round up 4 minutes-ish, depending on your leg long, short. I feel like me, you roll maybe faster, 2 minutes only. No, just kidding.
You try.
I'm trying. I don't think anyone wants a video of that.
Maybe they want. Comment below. We may not do it. Maybe AI will.
So MRT, now this is a hot topic over here, right? Because recently I know there was a big celebration. Someone said we finally have a circle.
Yeah, the circle is completed. was trending on TikTok.
Yeah. So where's the circle? Let's see. It's actually here. We have Keppel, Cantonment, and Prince Edward.
Correct.
The final 3 stations on the circle line.
Yeah.
All right. But now back to Dunearn House. So this particular one over here, we are actually sitting on the downtown line. All right. And upcoming, we will also have the Cross Island line. So if I may zoom in over here to this side over here, you can actually see that for Dunearn House, we will actually be at the 6th Avenue MRT station. Okay. We are actually only 1 stop, or rather 2 stops to this Turf City if you really want to take MRT lah.
Yeah, but no point lah.
You take to King Albert Park, then you go up lah. Also
You just walk 7 minutes lah.
But anyway, raining, you need to go back and do that
true,
also,
true.
right? So I would say next thing also, you have how many stations to Orchard?
You are approximately, good question.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stops to Ion, actually. Right? And actually, this same thing, this station actually goes all the way down to this Marina Bay. Right? So you can go to work, Shenton Way, everything is all at your doorstep as well also. So I would say even if it comes to tenants, you will also be able to attract tenants from the good so-called the Grade A offices in Shenton Way and the Marina Bay area as well also. Right? So
I think
that's
it's the connectivity that's important for tenant mix especially.
And even if your kids work there or you work there. Right? So this one.
Just so there's a fun fact. So recently we just meant to map out the downtown line itself. So within 7 stops, I think what was really interesting that we found out there was 5 interchange within 7 stops, which is actually encompassing every single line in Singapore currently.
Really?
So there are 6 lines in Singapore, okay? And with these 7 stops, they also have all the 6 lines.
So we got the red line.
Correct,
we got
that's
the
Newton.
Blue line. Thomson East Coast line, we replace, so Circle line will replace the Cross Island line. Okay, then after that, we also have the East-West line as well.
And the North-East line.
And the North-East line.
So all 6 is inside.
Wow.
So if I count the future of Cross Island line, it would be all 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's everything.
So actually, one station leads to all places in Singapore.
Yeah.
Right? Easily.
This is Cross Island line. So if you see where the Turf City MRT is at, right, where we marked up Dunearn House, in fact, they are under the 2nd phase of completion. So they will expect to complete in around 2032.
Oh.
Okay, and Dunearn House will likely TOP estimated completion will be 2030.
Okay.
So in fact, they maybe just have to wait like 1 year or 1 year plus for that Turf City MRT to come into place. Right, but then while waiting, they do have to compromise their commute because sometimes with new township, they maybe arrange like a bus services or anything like that for like 1 to 2 years. But in this case, you already got 6th Avenue MRT.
But I would say this because this area is actually going to be the 2nd phase of Cross Island Line, which means that by the time the 2nd phase opens up, the entire Cross Island Line would already be ready.
True.
Right? So because I would say that will be a good selling point as well also. Right? So next. This one a bit sensitive. So, but we try to do this as delicately as we can. So
civilized.
There was civilized. So there was a little bit of questions or concerns that whether or not is Dunearn House within 1 kilometer of Methodist Girls' School. All right. So of course we go back to government stuff. So we actually pull out using one map. Okay, and we can see that within the red portions, typically stuff is within 1 kilometer of the school. Anything that's in blue is within 1 to 2 kilometers of the school. It looks like it's within, okay, but of course we need to wait for official confirmation from the authorities as well.
Next
Also,
year.
Yeah. But I would say, what's the plus point? There was a plus point on this you mentioned.
So actually, developers also said that the pricing of Dunearn House will be considered as Methodist Girls' School not inside the 1 kilometers range. So that's a bonus. So if it does fall within later or 1 year later, right? Then that cost saving will naturally be there as well. So I think one thing to take note of is always like grabbing the opportunity when you have to. So we see some of District 21 very recently within 1 kilometer to Henry Park. Initially, it was not confirmed.
That there was no premium.
Yeah, like there was no premium. It was not within it was within like 1 to 2, not really within 1 kilometers yet. But 1 year later, once they confirmed that it's actually within 1 kilometers to Henry Park,
They adjusted.
They adjusted the price. I would say quite jarringly.
Which is good.
Which is a benefit for buyers that enter in early as well.
Yeah.
I mean, technically offset the risk.
So I would say this particular one over here, just a side news. So tune in for this particular part. So now we're going to go into the project facts. So she'll cover the floor plans, I'm just going to do the basic facts of the property as well also. So this is actually a joint venture between Fraser Property, Sekisui House and CSC Land. There'll be 2 blocks, 19-story, and 3 blocks of 10 stories over here as well also. Okay, this will be District 11, Core Central Region, CCR, Bukit Timah Planning Area, Swiss Club Subzone. And this will be almost 145,000 square feet land. And this will be 380 units, 228 lots. Now, this is an important thing because, right, for once in a new township, I see a 60% car park allocation.
Upgrade. So far, I've been seeing 40 and 50s.
Yeah. So
Very normal.
Actually got more than the regular ones that's being provided now in the market as well. Also. So I think that's a good plus point for Dunearn House. Okay. So these are the 3 developers that we have over here. Now we're going to go a little bit into the portfolio. Now this is actually going to be quite important also as well because, right, you have 3 developers and they come up with something which I think is really good.
It's called a loyalty list. So for buyers that have bought Frasers or bought Sekisui developments or even CSC developments before, they get to book a little bit in advance. They still have to go through the whole balloting and stuff like that, but they get to book in advance with priority. So this will be your
Plus point.
I think a plus point in general. Yeah, so you get to book in advance. So if you ever bought, like for example, you ever bought their recent Launch Robertson Opus before, right? Then you get to book a little bit in advance. You get a small little priority and perk for being so loyal to them. I guess that's what the loyalty list is for.
But this particular one, okay, definitely we will have a select list from the developer that's been approved. Okay, so reach out to us for this approved list to check if your condo is actually one of them as well also.
It's quite a big list. I think I saw 66.
Yeah, I know there was quite old ones as well.
But you may not know.
But
You
fun
are
fact,
inside.
fun fact, with the addition of CSC Land, you even have properties like Twin View, Verdale, Park Greenwich, you have Alta, you have Grand Dunman all coming in as well also, right? Because these are also their JV partners.
Yeah.
So I say this is also a perk to those of you who have bought and you basically want to buy another unit from them as well also.
Yeah.
Okay, so we of course have Ong and Ong, so very good architect. All right, we have Eco Plan. So this time we mentioned about the landscape being seamless between the outdoors and the indoors. So Eco Plan is a master of this as well. Also,
Their recent one was Promenade Peak and Upper House.
yeah. So Upper House is at Orchard Boulevard. A lot of people like that one. They did like a little Balinese spa bungalow behind it. That was nice. Okay, so now this is on you.
So over here, I'm going to be running you through maybe what you guys really want to know, the deep dive lah, in terms of the site plans, their facing and stuff like that. So the one that's marked out in green color here is what we call the Pinnacle Collection. And the one that is in gold color is actually your luxury collection. So luxury is the bare minimum. Okay. So the one in gold, the one in gold is 10 stories high, so 3 towers. And the one that's circled in green Pinnacle is actually 19 stories high.
So you got 19 and then you got 10 stories high, right?
Exactly. So we've also on the left-hand side marked out where your views are going to be at from level 19. So both sides will kind of give you quite unblocked views. So for Turf City, right, in fact, on the back area where the Pinnacle Collection is facing, right behind it is going to be a lower plot ratio. So why is this important? Is that for people buying for the unblocked view, it's quite gonna stay lah. Yeah.
I think quite important. Let's see the view. We zoom in a little bit. This was the one. This is the one on the back facing towards Turf City, right? You mentioned?
Yes.
Right. So this one also behind, you said there was a plot that was going to be like a lower rise.
Lower rise, 1.6 plot ratio.
And let's look at the front. Let's say if you buy the taller one that's overlooking.
So it'll be facing towards your Royal Green, your landed enclave, all in total. So very gorgeous views as well.
Because actually this one you look past is that Clementi Forest and then Ulu Pandan side in the very far distance, right?
So a lot of greenery views. Yeah, you also get landed views. So nature plus landed lah.
So I would say this is really major plus point because it really feels like there's very little people around you, especially if you're 19 stories here, almost everybody's below you.
Exactly.
Right?
So I like to say that Singaporeans like to pay for 3 views lah, like your sea view, your landed view, then also your pool view. So besides it having the unblocked landed views and stuff like that, every single unit will also kind of almost have a facilities or landscaping view. So in between the Pinnacle to the luxury collection, you're actually going to be facing a wellness pool.
Okay.
And in between that 2 blocks in front, you're going to be facing a 50 meters lap pool.
So there'll be 2 pools, one here and one here, right?
But if not, let's say you are facing towards the back, closer towards where the greeneries are. Okay, in fact, you'll be facing towards a very gorgeous landscape. You'll get water views, or waterfalls.
Yeah, actually, okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so maybe we erase this. Okay, you can see, wow, this is the clubhouse that's actually looking within.
There's one of your function rooms.
Yeah. So you can see the water feature at the back. I think that's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
Right? So this is something which, as a whole, I think the entire landscaping really is letting Dunearn House come to
Even
life.
on Dunearn Road, right, don't forget, still got your 60 meters forest adventure. So it's catered to kids of all ages as well.
We zoom in here, we see. Wow.
Yeah. So it's kind of, I don't know about you, but it reminds me a little bit of like the terrain vibes. So it brought the nature into the development as well.
Yeah, but I think this is quite interesting. And they also made use of this to give a buffer zone towards the road as well. Also,
Yeah.
I think that's really clever on the developer and the architect's part, right?
Okay. So now I'll be running you through almost all the floor plans, in fact. Okay, so we've got 2 bedrooms all the way to 4 bedrooms. Your smallest unit type is a 2 bed, 1 bath. Okay, and then all the way to your biggest one is a 4 bedroom plus study. Okay, so that would be that whole entire range. Let's start from the smallest to the biggest, starting from the 2 bed, 1 bath.
Okay.
So in fact, where the 2 bed, 1 bath are all facing, it's all facing towards your 60 meters forest adventure. Okay, in front, and also your Dunearn Road. So just a fun little fact. So there are 8 stacks that's facing right in front of Dunearn Road. Of course, I think the developer gave quite a nice touch. They in fact are giving acoustic blind to all these 8 stacks in front. Exactly.
This is text.
These 8 stacks. Yeah. So they'll be giving acoustic blind to mitigate that Dunearn Road noise a little bit. Yeah, so that's a nice fun fact. In terms of 2 bed, 1 bath layout, I think that's where I was shocked. Okay, I don't know if you guys are going to be shocked. For 5 to 7 square foot harmonized, right, they actually managed to even fit in an enclosable kitchen.
Oh,
Yeah. Normally 5 to 7, you would have open concept kitchen. Right?
some zoom in a bit.
Yeah, must
Let's
be
see.
important. These 2 are actually mirror image, so we just focus on one.
Okay, so I'll just put it side by side so we can actually see both of it.
Yeah. So over here, you get your enclosable kitchen, and then your dining, living, wall to wall is 2.7 meters. Okay, so very comfortable. In fact, it's also the same as the show unit type, the 2 plus study. So you can come in to experience that for yourself in terms of how the space feels. Yeah. So they've got balcony. Okay, I feel like it's quite important after COVID, but of course, depending on your lifestyle.
I would say during COVID, only until COVID then people actually understood the importance of a balcony. But to be fair, they are not wrong to say that it was lousy, because in the past it used to be huge balconies that used to run from every bedroom and the living room as well, so right?
Correct. Always like connect the bedroom to the master, everything also have.
Yeah.
Then suddenly my balcony feels bigger than my room.
I even saw one before. Some of them want to go around the house.
Oh, yes.
Wow, that one was... Okay, for people scared of heights, they got a balcony there, buffer, not bad.
Yeah. And in terms of layout types, all the 2 bed, 1 baths are also done the layout. Yeah.
And I see that, a lot of the walls, they are not foundational walls.
Exactly. So actually for Dunearn, I think what was interesting, this is a non-PPVC development, which means your white walls, right, they are all hackable. So I don't know about you, but I have quite a few friends that actually make their whole entire 2 bedroom until no bedrooms.
Oh, that's nice.
I think that would be quite a interesting concept, which will be quite common for like the dual income, no
Very
kids.
Japanese style also. Right? Some of them just like very seamless living, some Bauhaus design coming in.
Exactly.
So maybe for here itself, right, I would just also like to highlight, okay, that let's say if you mark out this part over here just by bedroom 2, that's actually where the other bathroom will be coming in, okay, if you actually have a 2 bed, 2 bath.
Yeah.
So just this part over here, right? So just beside bedroom 2, there'll be another bath over there.
Yeah. So now we move on to the 2 bed, 2 bath. In fact, they are, which is a 2 bedroom premium. They are all 614 square foot. In my opinion, I don't feel like the layouts are jarring. So it's more of what you prefer to face in general. So for both, all the 8 stacks itself, you're either facing towards your 50 meters lap pool, or if not, your wellness pool. So it's more of a landscape view in general.
So all the dark blue ones that you see over here.
The in-between blue lah.
Yeah, okay, like
In between blue. Still got one darker.
Oh, sorry. That one's the 3 room, right?
No, that one's the 2 plus study.
Oh, sorry guys.
Yeah. So you've got that. And then in terms of layout-wise, like what Joe has mentioned, right? It is very similar to your 2 bed, 1 bath. The only difference is the add-on bath right next to your bedroom 2. But among the 3 different kind of layouts, right, the only difference, don't think it's major in my opinion, is where this particular wall is. It's flush with the bathroom 2. Okay, alternatively for BP2, right, it's actually a little bit of an L shape here, and that's where your DB box is going to be at as well, instead of right at where the kitchen is.
So really minor, Okay, but I would say it would probably be down to in terms of which facing you would prefer, because everybody will have their own preference, right?
Okay.
So
Now
what's
let's
next?
stick to the 2+ study, which is what you will see if you come down to the show unit. Okay, don't need to visualize this one.
This is the blue card, the dark blue I was
Blue one.
mentioning.
The dark blue one. Yes. So in fact, you're either facing towards Dunearn Road or towards your 50 meters main landscaping as well.
Nice.
Okay. So this is where it's a little bit different from what we saw, the 2-bed 1-bath plus the 2-bedroom premium. It's actually a conventional layout. Okay, but what is really interesting is that, so if you see the floor plans, now you go in here, then you've got your kitchen, also an enclosable one. But you will see this is where they place the study at. So your study is here connected by this wall. Okay, so study, and then you're connected by this particular wall here. So this wall, as mentioned at the start, this is a non-PPVC development. In terms of what it can fit in, it's already a 4-seater. But of course, if I were to choose to hack down that wall, for a 2-bedroom, I may be able to fit in a 6, or I don't know how long a table is, maybe an 8-seater if I push it a little bit to the boundaries as well.
Could even do a round dining table if you like to. But I would say on top of that, right, also all the walls inside also can take down.
Correct, like here.
If you like to buy a 2-room and make it into a 1-bedroom, perfect. This can be done. You want to buy a 2+ study, make it into a 1-bedroom, also can be done. Right? And still got enclosable kitchen, but we can see that this one actually has windows in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So
So-
for 2+ studies, very rare, right?
Yeah, 2+ studies. In fact, for the kitchen one, right, this here is where the windows that Joe has mentioned. All the bathrooms also got
Oh,
windows.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so that is your bonus element if you were to choose for a little bit of a own stay or maybe of a growing family in the longer
Actually,
future as well.
same, huh?
Or the 2+ study.
Yeah. This one also, right?
Yeah, the last one too is going to be
This
Right
one
on.
over here. Let me see. We have it here, here, and here.
Yeah, so all 3. So the only difference really, I think, in the 3 different layouts, your 687 to 657 to 678, it's not much of a difference. It's like maybe your corridors and stuff like that. That's your entrance. There's more of a difference as well.
Okay. Now we move on to the 3-bedroom and the 3-bedroom flexi.
Yeah.
Right.
So for 3-bedroom flexi, right? And so there's a 3-bedroom and 3-bedroom flexi. The 3-bedroom, which is my smallest unit, 872 square foot, is facing towards your 50 meters lap pool. Okay, and your flexi is facing towards your wellness pool, which is deck 11 and 14, respectively.
Oh, okay. So there's actually 2 of it. So the 2 of it, you will see the dark brown ones. We re-emphasize. So it will be either this light, this one over here, the one in white color. All right, let me just get this, the white color one over here, or this one, the dark brown one over here. Okay, so you actually have the 3-bedroom and the 3-bedroom plus flexi. Okay,
So for the 872 square foot, right, I think what's really interesting is how they have managed to fit in a bomb shelter for a small 3.
oh,
872 square foot, you still got your elements of storage there, which is
That's nice.
absolutely very rare.
that's nice.
Yeah.
And still maintaining the what you call it?
All the windows in the natural
yeah.
ventilation, in the kitchen, in the bathroom, it's all still there. So there's no compromisation at all.
Let me draw it out for you guys. So it's one here, one more here, and one more here.
Yes.
So actually all windows. Very good.
Yeah.
Actually, even the so-called the smallest 3-room also, we still have all this available.
Yeah.
Right. And again, it's still a very nice layout. And again, the walls of the bedrooms all can be knocked down also.
Alright.
Right. So I would say this next one over here. Okay, we also have a 3-bedroom plus flexi. Okay, this one will be a
The only difference is the kitchen is a little bit bigger here. So just as a 6 square meter, this is a 8 square meters. And the entrance is the add-on. But where the main difference, in my opinion, is actually going to be where your flexi is at. Okay, which is right here.
oh,
So your flexi, this particular wall here, is a hackable wall. So for 936 square foot, now it's 6-seater dining, right? In fact, if you want to place a 8 to 10-seater, you could potentially really do that the moment you hack down the wall.
I think that's the one that is this the show flat one?
This is not the show flat one. Almost there, very close to the show flat one. The show flat one is 947. That's the 3+ study.
So actually, what's the difference between the show flat one and this one?
The flexi is the study, but the position of where it is very different.
Okay.
So that it really, I think, caters to the needs of different kind of group of buyers. Whether number one, you're one that love to entertain or host. Okay, if not the other one, you could potentially make it into like a walk-in wardrobe in your master because it's closer towards the master side in general for the 3+ study.
So actually, if I may, if we remove this wall, oh,
Very gorgeous.
you got a nice living
Yeah.
room. Can actually make it a bigger one. Or you could also make it a smaller storeroom if you don't want to, right? Or you could even do a dry kitchen over there with an island, right? With a bar counter. I think will be quite nice also.
Many possibilities here.
Yeah,
Now we go
this.
to the show unit. Okay, so over here, this is where your show unit type is going to be, which is a 947 square foot one.
Okay.
So this will be at stack 15, okay, which is technically facing towards your 50 meters pool. So all your 3+ study faces to your 50 meters that pool.
So this guy over
This
here.
particular stack, correct. So the main difference, like what he asked just now, so now instead of a flexi, you got a storeroom. And where the flexi went to,
Yeah,
it
where
became
the-
a study.
Where the flexi go to?
Become study lah, yeah. This pink color marker one.
So actually now we get the storeroom
Plus
and the study.
the study.
Wow.
Correct. So it's an add-on bonus lah. And I think what's really nice, I really like how the developers have curated the ID in this particular unit type because they actually, instead of a walk-in wardrobe, which what most girls would do lah, okay, they actually use it as a nursery room. So this would also, I would say, cater towards growing families. Whether you are someone young and then they say get married, have kids, then you are still able to live in this same layout.
I would think that's also a very smart thing because generally developers would have done their studies. So I would think that definitely there would be a lot of young families that will be looking to move here as well.
Yes.
So I think it really gives you the flexibility to design the property according to your lifestyle in terms of the layout,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So this one over here, I would say, wow, not bad, huh? So, but
bad,
you
not
guys
bad.
will get to see this in the show flat for real.
Correct. And now we move to 969 square foot 3+ study. In my opinion, not much difference. It's just really where the corridor space is, the entrance is at over here.
Okay.
Besides that, I think quite similar.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think, the master bed is quite similar, 11 square meters, right? The study is similar, right? They still have the same home shelter and the study room. I think that's a
Correct.
nice plus point.
We now
1001.
upgrade to Pinnacle Collection at 1001 square foot. Okay, so this is where your 19 stories is going to be at.
So just now those first two were like 10 stories
10
only.
stories only.
Right, so
Yeah.
this one now is the 19
Yeah,
stories.
in fact, only 2 stacks. You either face Turf City or if not, the high rise of Dunearn roadside as well. Okay. The main difference between the two, now what you gain in a dry kitchen. Okay, plus also your master is a little bit bigger. Instead of 11 now, it's 14 square meters huge.
Well, I see almost a 4.3. You take away the wardrobe, maybe it's a 3.7 meter bed height. Not bad.
Yeah. Wall to wall in the living's a little bit bigger from 3 to 3.2 meters. That's really that small little touch of difference. And of course, how their kitchen is orientated is a little bit different as well. But what I personally quite like about this premium stack as well is actually the wall here, right? It's not a wall, it's a glass. Instead of a normal kitchen wall, which we will see in all the other 3-bedroom types as well.
I like this because it actually allows the light from the living room and the bedrooms to be translated all the way through into the kitchen.
Yeah.
Right. I think it basically gets to make this whole place look a lot bigger as well also. Right?
Yes.
It's a nice touch. So for those of you who like to cook, there's going to be a nice unit to look out for as well also.
Yeah.
Right? So what's next?
4-bedder.
The
Almost
one.
at the cream of the crop already.
I like this one.
So this is 1184 square foot. Two
Okay.
stacks, okay. Actually, they are like mirror image are similar, in fact. So we're just going to focus on one. Same thing, they're in the Pinnacle block itself, 19 stories high. So I think the first thing that really attracted me for 1184 is your landscape living. So they didn't compromise this factor, which is exactly what you see in the show unit for the 4-bedder plus study. It's a 5 meters wall to wall.
Oh.
Very gorgeous.
One thing I like about this layout, right, or the 4 rooms actually, or the Pinnacle collection in particular, is that it is a point block, which means that there's only one unit on each corner,
Yeah.
which makes it very easy to lay out. And all the layouts you can see so far for Dunearn House are very squarish and regular.
Yeah, whatever they could put windows and natural ventilation, they have done. I would say they have done their part.
Really.
In total. And in terms of the only difference would be compared to the bigger 4-bedder is that now you have one less bathroom here only.
Oh.
Okay, that would be that major difference. But then you have a top up of a dry kitchen. Lah.
Yeah, but again, there's a glass thing over there, right? Looks like it.
Yes. Over here, a little bit like the 3-bedroom premium, this part. In total. And just take note that your 4th bedroom is actually 8 square meters, but you still can fit in a queen size bed. Yeah. And what the developers have done is they actually are not giving wardrobes in bedroom 4 for 1184 square foot.
Oh, I know already. Just in case people want to turn that into the walk-in closet.
I think most would turn that into the walk-in closet, to be honest. In this area especially.
So here you got flexibility to buy a 4-room and turn it into a 3-room also if you want it to as well.
Correct.
Also.
So you enclose this part, okay? And then you might also push the entrance would just be right here, like where it is. And you hack down this particular wall here. So you have that walk-in.
So again, you have the flexibility to design your lifestyle and your desired layout.
Correct, because it's non-PPPC.
And the next one down here, you see, quite similar, right? Or is it a mirror image?
It's a mirror image. So we'll move on to the bigger one.
Okay.
So now when we reach the bigger one, the moment you hit a bigger 4-bedroom, which is a 4-bedroom premium onwards, it crosses 1,300 plus square foot.
Oh.
Okay?
So again, point block.
Point block. Also,
Point block.
Pinnacle, Collection, 19 stories, point block. You get the same attributes.
Oh, I remember this one. This is the show flat one.
Yeah, so the show flat is the biggest of the biggest.
Okay.
Okay, we start from the slightly smaller one first.
Oh,
The 1302 square foot.
must build up a bit, I
Must be,
guess.
they are sure the biggest and everything looks small. Okay, so the main difference from what we saw just now is just like you have got a dry kitchen.
Oh, I like this kitchen.
Yeah, but now we remove that dry kitchen, but we put the island inside the kitchen itself.
This feels like a house.
A little bit like a landed concept. And also your room sizes are very similar. Of course, now it's all 9 square meters instead of 998, right? And you get this additional bathroom over here. And this bathroom is a Jack and Jill concept, so it's connected to both rooms.
But very good thing. I see his and her sinks.
Correct. Yes.
Bare minimum.
Bare minimum. Yeah, I agree. Then the master is 15 square meters, still quite huge in general.
Good.
And now, let's dive into the slightly bigger 13131. The only difference here is this
Storage space.
storage space. Because 1302 to 1313 is not much of a difference. Just this small little ST.
So here also, right? That's the main difference along
the
the
main
main door.
difference.
So that's where one of it, the 1313 has that extra storage space. The master room is still the same size. So generally very minor difference.
And now, we move on to the show unit type, which is the biggest of the biggest.
I like this one.
Main difference, first things first, is of course the study. This is where we add on one more study for you.
So it's a 4 plus study.
The second major difference will be now you've got his and hers wardrobe. Because your master is a little bit bigger. From 15 square meters now, you upgrade to 17 square meters.
Then you
Yeah.
got his and her wardrobe, his and her
Her
sinks.
sink, correct.
Life is good.
Life is good, no fighting. So that is really all the layout types.
Yeah, and then I see again, same thing. Got the house layout
Yeah.
for the kitchen. Little serving island. This is
It
good.
reminds me a lot of like Lux properties.
Yeah.
Yeah, that huge kitchen, island top for people that love to entertain and host as well.
So this is actually the 4-bedroom, and this is basically the largest unit that we will have over here as well.
Yeah.
So, all right. So in our next segment, we will actually be presenting the price analysis. So stay tuned for that one. Until then, this is Joel, and this is,
Deswinne,
and take care.
see you.